Hello everyone, this is me Kunal Shah here. I'm a senior technical and derivative analyst at LKP Securities. Welcome to Dhann ki Baat. This is a show where we discuss what the market is trying to tell us for the coming week. We'll have an outlook on Nifty and Bank Nifty, which are the sectors which are likely to outperform in the near term, and what are the stocks which one can look at for the coming week as well. So let us first start with the Nifty outlook. This is the daily chart of Nifty, where you can see we are still trading in a downward sloping parallel line for the Nifty index. Now, what has happened that Nifty has made a lower low, if you can see over the from this chart. But on the RSI front, we have seen a higher low formation which have happened. Now, this is called as positive divergence, which has happened in the Nifty index, which is a bullish indicator. Now, on the lower end, on Friday's trading session, what we had seen was that Nifty witnessed a sharp recovery from the zone of 15,500, 15,550 level. So on the lower end, 15,400, 15,500 zone remains a strong support for the Nifty index on the downside. As long as these levels are hit, we can expect Nifty to go on the upside. The upside immediate resistance is placed at 15,900, 15,000, 16,000 levels. Now these are the strikes where we have seen significant amount of call writing which has been happening. So broadly, if I talk about a Nifty index, it is still stuck in a range. The view remains bullish. One should have a buy on dip approach for the coming week as well. As long as 15,400, 500 zone is defended on the downside, the view remains bullish on the Nifty index. When I talk about the Bank Nifty index, again, the Bank Nifty index too is stuck in a broad range, but it is comparatively showing much more strength vis-a-vis the Nifty index. Now, what has happened in the Bank Nifty index that in the from the last 2 days we have seen some good bullish candlestick patterns which have been formed on the Bank Nifty index, which clearly indicate that 32,000, 33,200 on the downside is going to act as a very strong support. So from there we are seeing strong buying coming for the Bank Nifty index. On the upper end, 34,000 is the immediate resistance. Now again, this is the strike where the highest open interest is built up on the call side. Once 34,000 is taken out, we can see further short covering coming in the Bank Nifty index towards the zone of 35,000. So overall, the Bank Nifty view still remains bullish to sideways, where we can expect first a rally on the upside towards 34,000 levels. And if that is taken out and the Bank Nifty index sustains above that, expect 35,000 to come on the Bank Nifty index. So the view remains bullish on the Bank Nifty index from the current levels as well. Now, which are the sectors which are looking good in the near term for the coming week, where we can see some outperformance as well? So the first sector where we have seen some good buying is the Nifty Reality space. Now, Nifty Reality space, after a very good uptrend, has seen a massive correction. Now, after this correction, the index has been trading in a sideways trend, or we can say it is trading in a descending triangle formation. Now, this is on the verge of a breakout from the descending triangle, which indicates that the trend is going to change from the current levels. On the lower end, we can see the index has formed a good support around the zone of 367 on the downside. That is, a double bottom has been formed, and the RSI has been really very strong, which clearly indicate that the undertone for the index is very strong, and we will see a breakout coming in the coming week, which can take the index towards the levels of 405, 410 levels on the upside. So Nifty Reality is one space which is looking good for a bounce back. It is already in the oversold category, so a bounce cannot be ruled out from the current levels. Now, when I talk about the another sector which had shown some strength in the Friday's trading session, was the Nifty FMCG pack. So FMCG, we have seen very good global concerns which are there on based on inflation front. Despite the negative news which is flowing on, the index has been trying to form a very strong base on the lower end. On Friday's trading session, the index again clearly break its 200 DMA on the daily chart, which indicates that the strength is there in the FMCG index from the current levels, and we might see further upside in the index toward the levels of 39,220 to 39,350 on the upside. So FMCG is one pack which is looking good. A good strong breakout has come in. It is still trading in a consolidated range, but we can expect further move on the upside for the FMCG pack as well. So now, which are the stocks which are likely to outperform in the coming week as well? So as I mentioned, reality is looking good. So reality stocks can do well in the coming week as well. So there are few reality counters which are looking very good. My first pick over there would be Suntech. So Suntech reality, this the stock as well has given us a strong breakout with rising volumes. Entire consolidation phase has been over, and now we can expect further upside towards the levels of 540, 550 zone on the upside. So Suntech is currently trading around 500 levels, which looks very good, as form a strong support around the zone of 480 on the downside. I'm expecting levels of 540, 550 to come on the upside for Suntech Reality in the coming week as well. The other stock on the reality space, which is there on my radar, is overall reality. Again, the stock has been consolidating in a sideways trend after a massive correction, and overall reality too has been forming a strong base on the lower end as well. Still a confirmation is required over here on the upside. Once 768 levels is taken out, we can see further rally on the upside toward the levels of 796 800 zone. So overall reality is looking good. Even DLF is looking good from the current level. So DLF has seen a massive breakout where we can see a triangle pattern formation which was there, and the stock has today given a massive breakout from this triangle pattern. So definitely DLF with a strong base of 310 on the downside can expect levels of 345, 350 on the upside as well. So DLF and Suntech Reality are the two counters which are looking very good, where the high conviction bet is placed from the reality space. Now, when I talk about the FMCG space, the name of ITC comes into our mind because this has been the stock which has been clearly outperforming the markets as well as the index as well, where the entire FMCG index was going through a pain because of the inflation concern. Here we have ITC where the trend is still strong. It is trading in a clear-cut uptrend over here with higher high, higher low formations which are still intact. The stock has again given a breakout which confirms the continuation of a trend, and we can expect the stock to go towards the levels of 300 on the upside. So ITC remains very strong from the current levels where we can see further up move. The next stock from the FMCG space on my list would be Marico. Again, Marico has formed a strong base on the lower end. Yesterday, that is on Friday's trading session, the stock has formed a morning star pattern, which is a bullish reversal pattern which has been formed here. I can expect Marico to go toward the levels of 502, and if sustains above that, it can touch its 200 DMA, which is placed at 518 levels. So Marico from the current levels is looking very good. 480 is a very strong support on the downside. A very good risk reward what we are getting from the current levels. So FMCG and reality are the space which are looking good from the current levels, where we can see some buying momentum coming up in the next week. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.